Hello everyone, welcome to Chills with Chas. This is a channel where I, Chas, will be reading you some scary stories. This is my first video, so it's probably gonna suck, but I will get better with time. So the stories that I'll be reading you guys over, I'm not sure how long, are the true ghost stories, haunted heartlands from the from the American Midwest, by Beth Scott and Michael Normand. And let's see here. It was going to be very awkward. I'm not anyone cool or anything, but this is raw until I learn how to edit. So hope you enjoy weird book flipping, random noises, and all that jazz. Stop it. Sorry, cat. And cats. Alrighty, let's see. Chapter 1, Illinois. Alright. Let's see here. The ghosts that walk the neighborhoods of Chicago are not necessarily those of the old-time politicians or Depression-era gangsters. The hauntings in the Windy City are more likely those of ordinary men and women who, for one reason or another, cannot leave Chicago. From the apparition of a beautiful girl who strolls Archer Road to the city room of the late Chicago American, to a firefighter who left his permanent mark on an old firehouse, Chicago ghosts are a lively deadly congregation of departed souls. First story is going to be Resurrection Mary. The most beautiful and evasive ghost in Chicago is a captivating blue-eyed, flaxen-haired girl in her late teens.
Here's what I found.
Sorry, I don't know why. Ugh. Lots of editing. We're gonna need lots of editing. Anyway. Okay. On those occasions when she chooses to be seen, she wears the long off-white ball gown and dancing shoes in which she died in 1934. And she loved to dance at the Willowbrook Ballroom. Her name is Mary, or more precisely, Resurrection Mary, after the cemetery in which she is restlessly entombed, Resurrection Cemetery, 7200 South Archer Road. In suburban Justice, Illinois. No one knowing her real name, or at least it has nothing, or or at least it has never been revealed. Old cemetery records do indicate that a pearlish girl of about Mary's age and description is buried there. Resurrection Mary died in an automobile accident in 1934 on her way home from a night of dancing at the old O'Henry Ballroom, now renamed the Willowbrook. For the past 50 years, her appearance has become accepted by residents in that southwest section of Chicagoland. A song has even been written about her, the Ballad of Resurrection Mary. Mary first made her appearance known in 1939, 5 years after her death, when motorists complained that a mysterious girl in a formal gown tried to jump onto the running boards of their automobiles. In some cases, she hitches rides to the O. Henry Ballroom. On those occasions, no one suspects that Mary was anything but mortal. She would dance all night with some of the single men who frequented the night spot, but she was always quiet and vague about where she lived, aloof, as the word used most often by her dancing partners. Her escorts would later say her skin was icy cold. After the last dance, Mary would ask for rides and would direct her impromptu views to head north on Archer Avenue. She usually disappeared from the vehicle as it passed Resurrection Cemetery. Most of the time, she didn't bother with the formality of opening the door. But Mary was not always disingenuous. She kissed at least one man every night. At other times, Mary asked the driver to stop just short of the cemetery, got out of the car and vanished as she ran through the locked cemetery gate. That's when her escort knew he was with Resurrection Mary. The young woman was also seen in the cemetery. On one occasion, a man was passing the graveyard late at night when he happened to glance toward the locked gate. A young woman peered back at him through the iron gates. He thought she might have been locked in when the cemetery closed at dusk, and he left to phone police. By the time officials arrived, the girl was gone. A curious sight, however, was revealed in the police's spotlight when it was shown on the grave. 2 bars had been spread apart. Directly at the curve of each bar, the outline of 2 feminine hands prints were embedded in the metal. The misshapen bars were quickly replaced. Resurrection Mary has been especially active since Resurrection Cemetery was renovated 10 years ago. One of the most recent and detailed accounts of her activities appeared in a Chicago newspaper. A cab driver was returning to the tollway after dropping off a fare in Palos Park. It was a few minutes past midnight. On a snow-swept January night, the cabbie was driving up Archer Avenue, when he saw a coatless girl standing near the entrance to the Old Willow shopping mall. He thought that the girl had encountered car trouble, so he stopped to help. She climbed into the front seat. A strikingly beautiful girl dressed in a white gown with black patent leather dancing shoes, fashioned with a thin strip over her delicate arch. The mysterious passenger told the driver that she had to get home and gestured northward. The cab driver later recalled that the young woman was vague, giving unclear answers as he asked her questions. He thought that perhaps she may have had a few too many drinks. The only thing she said, which was what she clearly remembered, was, "The snow came early this year." After the pair had traveled several miles up Archer Avenue, the girl shouted, "Here!" The cabbie pulled to the curb and looked out his window at the area toward which the girl had pointed. A small shack was all he saw. But when he looked back toward the girl, she was gone, vanished. The car door had never opened. The shack was located directly across the street from Resurrection Cemetery. Alrighty, that is our story for now. I hope you liked it. I will probably add a few more this evening. And I will see you, or you'll hear me next time.